All right, let's clap it up. Clap it up. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969. And what is that truth? That truth is that the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called natives are the greatest people to ever walk the face of this earth. And the Bible identifies us as the true biblical Jews of the Bible. You understand? With that, we're going to get into history class. Of course, tonight is Monday night and it's history class. We always get into a little history. We always get into a little, some know-how. You understand what I'm saying? To let our brothers and sisters know, what's happening, what has happened to us, and what's going on with us. You understand? But tonight's class is America. Well, what's the title?
We are destroyed by the propaganda of America.
Yes, we are destroyed by the propaganda of America. You understand? And the propaganda of America is what had those brothers fighting those fires in Washington State and being arrested by ICE. Propaganda, believing that America was going to love them, was going to show them some kind of love. You understand? What's propaganda is brothers being locked up for 27 years, losing 27 years of his life behind the lies. You understand? Behind a lie. And the woman that confessed to the, you understand, the unaliving, the murder, is already doing 4 years for, assaulting somebody. And the thing about it is they never said, well, she's going to be, prosecuted for that. You understand? For that crime. You understand? And that's where we are destroyed in America. You understand? Because just again, here we go. The propaganda of America makes us fight these fires, do 27 years, and just be happy that we are, understand that we are just to be free and not to be looking for justice. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
America has us so destroyed. When things like that happen, we don't look for justice. Think about the people. Listen, I did an article about the deportations at the Hyundai plant. 475 people arrested at the Hyundai plant. South Koreans. They had some Hispanic brothers mixed in, but the Hispanic brothers had their paperwork. The South Koreans have already been released and back on their way back home. Not deported to Alligator Alcatraz, but they on their way back home. You understand? But the brothers who had all of their paperwork and stuff like that still being detained. You understand? That's the propaganda of America. We destroyed because we believe in America. We believe in that. God bless America. All of that. We believe in all that. I pledge allegiance.
Right.
Pledging our allegiance to a country that hates you. That's that propaganda of America. What is propaganda? Information, especially of a biased or misleading nature. Unfairly prejudiced for or against someone or something. That's what we get in America.
Right.
You understand? Used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Listen, propaganda is a thing that is thrown at you to make you believe in a particular view so that you can sway towards someone else's point of view. America makes us believe that she is the land of the free and the home of the brave, when we know this is the land of the slave. You understand?
Right.
The land of the people being taken advantage of. That's what America is. The propaganda, all of that candy coating, all of that icing over top, all of that cherry on the top. These are the things that fool us. Whenever we see a black person in a position of power, we believe we've made it. You understand? Clarence Thomas. He hates black people. He He was the first one to speak up against what was that? Look, I can't say the first one, but he was against what's that? Black people being given
Reparation? Reparation?
no, not reparation. He's against that too, but the one where we no, the one where we allowed to get they allow so many of us to go to college and stuff like that. What's that?
Yeah.
Somebody online help me.
Yeah, what is it? I keep wanting to say equal right. It's not. It's
You know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
We gotta get it right for the people. We gotta get it. Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
hold on, let me dig it up. I know I got to word it right. Hold up.
It's the same thing that he used. It's the same thing that he used to get the advantage to get him into the on the Supreme Court. You can already find it. You can already find it. But why are you looking for it, right? Propaganda is communication that is primarily used to influence or persuade an audience to further an agenda. Listen, this is what America uses to their advantage with us. Listen, this is the reason why every time. Listen, I'm gonna give you an example of propaganda. Every time voting time comes up, right? What's the first thing that they use to sway Black people towards them? And you said it earlier.
I said it earlier.
Yeah, you just said it earlier. You just said it a couple seconds ago.
Equal right.
No. Reparations.
Oh, right.
See, listen, reparations is always the propaganda that they use to sway Black people one way or the other. Because they know, listen, being at the bottom of the food chain, right? Being food for everybody else. Everybody with Black people or so-called Black people, the one thing that we look forward to is a come up. And reparations in our eyes is the best come up that they could ever be. So when voting time comes around, the first thing that they always bring up is we're thinking about putting reparations on the table again. You understand?
Right.
To sway Black people into voting for whoever's talking about bringing up reparations again. You understand? It's which may not be objective and may be selectively presenting facts to encourage a particular synthesis or perception. You understand? Listen, whenever they bring up, think about it, every 2 or 4 years, they always bring up reparations just to sway the Black vote. When are we going to stop falling for that Black vote thing? When are we going to do this for me? Simplicity. That.
Simplicity.
Yeah, remember that. You know that scripture, simplicity.
Oh, it's right. Okay.
I know you know that because you're the one told me that. Yeah. Proverbs 1:22. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22.
You did say 1 and 22, right?
Oh yeah, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22.
You want it now?
Come.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 22. How long, ye simple ones?
It says, how long, ye simple ones? That's how we think. We think simple. Listen, our thinking is on the smallest scale. You understand? We think about the most simplest thing. Listen, things that really can't really help us is the things that we always think about it, right? Reparations. How long have they been talking about reparations? Since forever. Since before I was here. And we still haven't gotten it, right? So how long are we gonna keep falling for the same stupid stuff?
Right.
How long are we gonna keep falling for civil rights? You understand? Understanding that, think about this, right? Civil rights is a right that every citizen is afforded, right? So that right there alone should let you know that you're not a citizen. If you still fighting for civil rights, think about
Right.
this, right?
Right.
The oppressor's not saying to you, listen, you have civil rights. Why do you keep marching for it? Why? Because they know you don't have civil rights. So they're going to allow you to march for it. As long as you ain't causing an uproar, let them march.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
We want you to be peaceful. And that's the whole thing, being peace. We're going to march peacefully. We're going to have a peaceful march. We want all that bullshit, right? And then look at us, right? Still marching.
Right.
1955, Alabama bus boycott. 1955 to 56, Alabama bus boycott. Gave everything we had away just because of the propaganda of America and just to be a part of America.
Right.
We crippled America's economy, not understanding that we had the power. Listen, the scriptures say the scriptures say what? The kingdom of heaven is at hand, right?
Yeah.
Meaning that you have the power to change your condition. All you have to do is come together. We talked about that at the on the radio show. You understand? Being on one accord.
Right.
And that's the problem with us, is we never on one accord. Everybody wants to do their own thing. But the kingdom of heaven is at hand. You have the power to change your condition.
Right.
They showed that in the Alabama bus boycott, but because of America's propaganda, we wanted to be a part of America. We wanted to sit on the same toilet seat.
Right.
We wanted to eat at the same restaurant. Think about this, right? How simple can you be knowing that you cook 100 times better than them, but you want to eat at their counters? Now, I'm gonna tell you how doubly dumb it is, right? They don't want to feed you. Why would you let somebody go in the back and cook your food?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Finish that scripture.
Yeah. So. Let me start with the top.
No, yeah, go ahead. Start at the top.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Listen, how long will you love simplicity? How long will you love the simple thing? How long will you be stupid?
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
And the scorners delight in their scorning,
Keep going.
and fools hate knowledge.
Listen, fools hate knowledge. Think about what we just said, right? Think about how hard is this, right? If somebody hates you, why would you let them go in the back and cook your food?
Right. Right.
I mean, that's it right there. It really, you don't have to say no more than me. I'm out. But the propaganda of America, listen, and we talked about earlier how our leaders always have led us astray,
Right.
have never meant good for us, following behind Martin Luther King, right?
Right.
Let's give away everything that we got so we can be a part of them. So now you got football players who are not getting what they deserve and being dropped to the 5th round, right?
Right.
The whole propaganda, he was a man, but they portrayed him as toxic masculinity, the propaganda, right? Shador Sanders, a 1st round draft pick, either to go the 1st or the 2nd pick in the draft, drops all the way to the 5th round, pick 133. 132 people went before him when they should not have. Eric Dickerson said that he had friends in the NFL that said that they put the word out for nobody to pick him. Now, we had our own football league,
Right.
but we gave it all away just to be a part of them. Had our own baseball league, gave it all away. Had our own basketball league, gave it all away. Had our own businesses, had our own restaurants, had our own movie theaters. We gave it all away to be a part of that. That's the propaganda of America. That's how America destroys you. That's how America destroys me. That's how America destroys nations. Think about it, right? Afghanistan. I'm going to go better. Iraq, destroyed. America came in and killed unalived over 1 million Iraqis. Said Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. All of the information showed that there were no weapons of mass destruction, but America put it out there in their propaganda so that they could go in and destroy Iraq. Listen, America, 15 years before that, had an agenda to destroy 5 nations in 7 years, or 7 nations in 5 years. Iraq was one of them. Syria was another one. Afghanistan was one. Russia was another one. China was one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
This is the listen, and this is the thing about America. America puts everything that they're going to do evil in writing. We as a people don't read anything worth reading. You can see America's destruction. I got the app, right? I always tell people a hell of an app to get is the Brookings Report. It's an app, right? The Brookings Report. And the Brookings Report tells everything that's on America's agenda. Every law that America makes every day comes up on the Brookings Institute report. Brookings Institute report. It's an app. I had this right here, right? I want to go back to the. I want to go back to the what's the name? It's a big B. It's a big B, but it's the Brookings Institute, right?
Okay.
It's Brookings Institute. And if you go on Brookings Institute, it tells everything that America wants to do to every nation. Tells how they want to destroy China, tells how they want to break up Russia into parts. You understand? Destabilize Russia in everything. Anything that you want to know that's going on in America's mind, this Brookings Institute gives you all of that information. But we don't read. You understand? Just like even with the Hurricane Katrina, right? It tells the decision that they made to flood all of the black areas and save the French quarters and all of those things like that, all of the white areas. You understand?
You can say it.
We'll say Brookings Institute.
Wait else? No, I just say the Brook.
No, Brookings Institute. You'll know it when you see it. It's I wanna anyway, we'll get back to that, but it's got I'll show you that when we what's the name, but
okay.
Tells everything that they want to do. Our oppressor writes everything down. And he lets you know, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to destroy these. But think about this, right? That Brookings Institute, that stuff, that's also all that's a part of the war on blacks, the drugs in our neighborhoods, all of that type of stuff. All of that stuff is in there.
Nice.
Everything that they want to do. You understand how they want to control you. Think about this, right? How horrible can America be? And I know you probably seen this about what they did in St. Louis, right? In the 1950s, they did chemical warfare testing on this project, Pruitt,
Kind.
that Pruitt Ego projects in St. Louis.
Kind.
Not only that, they found out that they were giving the children radioactive oatmeal
Right.
for breakfast. You understand? And poisoning their food and their water, trying to see, what would be the reaction or the chemical reaction, of the chemicals that they was given to them. You understand? And they did this to over 10,000 people in the projects in St. Louis. 100, it was 33 high-rise buildings, over 10,000 people that they did this experiment on. The people said they came through with vehicles, planes, and everything. They said they would drop the fog on, and said the kids was running through the fog. They said the stuff was so thick that it would stick to your skin, right? They said people was trying to close their windows not to let the smog in, and then they said they seen people with hazmat suits on and masks and everything else spraying. I tried to tell them that it was maintenance workers, but what maintenance workers with hazmat suits?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So the propaganda that we get now, all of these years now, you got people who have passed on. Now you got people with all of these kind of bone diseases. They got kidney diseases.
Yeah.
They got lung cancers and everything like that. They said they was using them to see how the chemical weapons would work on them because they wanted to use the chemical weapons on Russia. They said they chose St. Louis and that area right there because it more fit the description of Russia and how Russia was set.
Mm.
And because they were near a lake, or not a lake, but a stream was close to them, they said that's the reason why they chose them. But as we know, that has happened all over America. I'm gonna give you an example. Before I came into the truth, maybe a year before I came into the truth, I was out my rib house that lived in Owings Mills, and I seen a truck come through, and they blowing this thick smoke. I'm sitting in this window at about 12 o'clock at night, and the truck come through, blowing this smoke everywhere. They tried to tell us that they was spraying for mosquitoes, but it was never no mosquito problem there. You understand what I'm saying? This happened the year before I came into the truth. This chemical weapon stuff has always been happening. This is the propaganda of America. They make us believe that we mean only good for you when they don't. You understand?
Right.
Testing weapons, and listen, they have a law where they can drop chemicals on a certain amount of people in a community and test without having to notify you.
Dang.
So when you see those chemtrails going across, that's them just testing, what's the name? They just testing, chemical weapons on you. Think about it, right? When I was young, the only kind of cancer we ever heard of was lung cancer. Most people who caught lung cancer was people who smoked.
Right.
When I was young, I never heard of no lymphoma or, you understand, all of these other cancers that develop now. It was only one cancer. People say, I got cancer. Yo, when you start smoking? That was the first question because that was the only cancer we knew of. You understand? Now, 20, 30 years later, now all of a sudden, all of these different cancers with all these crazy names popping up. Everybody taking all of this kind of medication. Think about it, right? Water pills. How would you take water pills?
I ain't never heard of it.
Yeah, you got water pills. So why not just drink water? That's it right there.
So it's a website, it's not an app.
Yeah, a website. Yeah, but I got the app.
You got it on the app?
I got an app on my phone. It's the same thing because you can get it put on your phone.
Okay.
You can, if you hit the three little things in the corner, it'll drop down and say add the app to your home screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can add the app to your home screen.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
One time credit.
Yeah, so that's why I keep it on my phone, because every once in a while I go in and I check it. But America, this is the stuff that America does. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, every so many, they allowed to drop so much chemical on you. One day we were standing outside and all of these little black things started coming out of the air. They're just dropping stuff on. It's like little, like not dust fine, but almost like little smaller than pebbles. Little black stuff started coming out of the air. You know, wait, what is that? Testing chemicals. So think about when you all of a sudden you ain't never had, you know, allergic reactions, or you never been had allergies and stuff like that. All of a sudden you picking these things up. What's the first thing we say? Well, I am getting older now.
Right.
You understand? Not attributing it to your America. You understand what I'm saying? We always, it could be me because, you know, I have been eating stuff, you know, I ain't been eating right.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Think about this, right? Your body is created to take on different forms of foods to help your body fight off different forms of cancers and things like that. You understand? So the seeds that are in cherries, grapes, the avocado, different form, navy beans, black beans, and all of those foods, and it's a lot of other foods, help you fight off different forms of cancer. Even orange seeds help you too, right? So now if America starts developing all of these foods without the seeds in it, what happens? Right. You understand? So this is the propaganda of America, because what does America make you believe? We doing you a favor. We taking all the seeds out, so you ain't got to worry about no more seeds.
Dang.
So meanwhile, now you catching all of these diseases, right? You're catching all of these diseases, and now you don't understand why it's happening, but you still eating the same food, but now you taking all of these medications that America putting you on. That's why we the land of the sick. The highest, you know, cost in medical care on the globe is America, because America causes everything to happen just so they can make money. America has no other industries but the medical and the defense industry. That's it. Think about it, because all those cars and stuff they made in other countries.
Right.
That's why the tariff war hurts America more, because even though that says made in America, all of the parts you getting from Japan, China, and all these other countries, Taiwan, all of that. So the tariffs is not hitting them, it's hitting us. So not only are we paying more for everything that we buy, but now we're paying way more in healthcare. You understand? And we believe America is the greatest country because of the propaganda. Think about it, right? It says through let me start back over, right? It says where did I leave off at? I'm gonna start right here. Which may not be objective, it may be selectively presenting facts to encourage a particular synthesis or perception, or using loaded language to produce an emotional rather than a rational response. And that's how we are too. We think more. We think more with our emotions as opposed to thinking rationally. Thinking about like rationally thinking, if you remove the seeds from all of the foods that help our bodies to fight off different diseases, then we get sick. Then automatically, we don't think that. You know, we think emotionally. Yeah, it's got to be something I'm doing. I don't know what happened. Blah, blah, blah. We get too emotional as opposed to thinking rationally. That's why all these other countries are more healthy. Think about this. That's why the UK doesn't allow any beef from America to come into the UK.
Any beef?
Yeah, beef. Because they load the beef with all kinds of antibiotics and chemicals and stuff like that. We seeing the bulls coming out. They look like they extra muscular, looking like the bull from off a Road Runner. Motherfucking, you know, the Looney Tune bull.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
Good.
When you do stuff like that, that's what you get.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? See, we thinking more on emotional and not really thinking things out and rational and being rational. And the thing about it is that, like I said, America writes everything down that it does. You know what I mean? Give me that scripture, Psalms 58:3. You understand? America believes in America. America doesn't believe in the people. America believes in its rich. Think about this. They just said they just wrote up a package that can make Elon Musk a trillionaire. $432 billion package. $432 billion. Where those billions coming from? Let's think rationally. Let's not get emotional. Let's think rationally. Where the billions coming from? It's coming from us. Think about it. We barely surviving.
Right.
So where do they get 432 billion? Think about this, right? They don't charge millionaires and billionaires and industries taxes. So where are they getting the extra money from? The people who work in 2 and 3 jobs. The people who work in all the overtime just to make ends meet.
Right. The
regular, average, everyday job. So-called blacks and Hispanics. Think about this. Look at all of the forced labor that they got. Think about it. They got Hispanics fighting fires on the borders of Washington State, being detained by ICE. You got oppressors getting mad because now we got to go out and fight them fires.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you got oppressors going at oppressors now because we ain't fighting them fires. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Think about the people that's picking that cabbage out in the field. Think about the people that's picking the cucumbers. Think about everybody. Think about all the blacks and Hispanics that's working at McDonald's and Popeyes and different things like that. The little menial jobs that they barely giving you $12 an hour that you can't survive off of.
Right.
So now we got to live 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in a house. It's good to live with family, right?
Right.
But I mean, when you living in a 2-bedroom with 8 people, because y'all barely making, you know what I mean? That's propaganda. You got that?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
It's a Psalm chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
Say that one again.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
What does that mean? The wicked are estranged from the womb. Can somebody tell me, what does that mean? The wicked are estranged. What does estranged mean? What does estranged mean? Somebody tell me. I'm gonna give 20 seconds. Estranged. What does estranged? Somebody gonna look that up, ain't they? Yeah, that's too much time, right? Somebody gonna look that up. What does estranged mean? It says the wicked are estranged from the womb. The wicked are estranged from the womb. What does that mean? I'm gonna give it to you, right? Estranged means no longer connected or affectionate, has no love. You understand what I'm saying? The wicked are estranged from the womb. They are connected to no one. They have a love for no one.
Yeah.
You understand? They are unaffectionate. The wicked are estranged from the womb. Hey, listen, as soon as they come out, they have love for nobody. They only have love for themselves. They only think about surviving.
Right.
That's it. The wicked are estranged from the womb. Go ahead.
Okay. They go astray as soon as they be born.
Hey, listen, they go astray. They go evil as soon as they be born. They go along doing evil as soon as they be born. I remember we showed a clip a couple of years ago. We showed a clip of the little girl when her mama asked her, who ate the cookies? And she said, a black man did it.
Dang,
This is a baby, looked like she was about 3 or 4 years old. But it's in them to be evil.
right.
It's in them to tell lies. It's just built in them. And this is the thing, right? Think about this. Especially here in America, right? Here in America, we don't really understand. A lot of us don't understand why the oppressor is the way that they are. It's the way the Most High made them first, right?
Right.
But let's look at where they came from and why they came.
Right.
America was supposed to be a penal colony. This was supposed to be a land where they sent all of their evil. This is where they sent their unalivers, their murderers, their essayers, sexual assaulters. This is where they sent all of their thieves, murderers, and killers. Right here. Think about this, right? If that not be true, look at the DNA of the people that are in America today. Why do they hate the way that they hate? Because this is the evil of the evil. This is the worst country on the face of this planet because of the people who landed here, who did not belong here.
Right. Right.
This is a people whose DNA deems what they do. This is a people whose DNA says they are the drug dealers of America. They are the essayers of America. They are the unalivers of the earth.
Right.
It's in their DNA to be as they are. We keep saying to ourselves, why do they? I don't understand. If you don't understand that by now, you ain't gonna never.
Yeah. Good.
The unalivers of them. Think about it, right? They unalive 1 million in Iraq. Damn near 1 million, over 1 million in Afghanistan. You understand? Hundreds of thousands in Syria. You understand? Hundreds of thousands in the Congo. You understand? They unalive people all over the earth. They even unalive their own people. Think about the Civil War.
Right.
They had no problem with unaliving their own. So if they have no problem with unaliving their own, what would they do to us?
Right.
Excuse me, what are they doing to us?
There you go.
Go ahead.
Sorry, if I could, I just thought of a precept. It's just to go out exactly what you said, like that. They go astray from they selfish. They don't give a damn about nobody else.
Exactly.
So I got this is Genesis chapter 25, verse 30.
Go ahead.
Saying Esau said to Jacob, "Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint."
Right.
Therefore was his name called Edom. Verse 31. And Jacob said, "Sell me this day thy birthright." Verse 32. And Esau said, "Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me?"
Listen, if it can't do anything for him immediately, what is it profit to him?
Right.
I need something that's coming back to me immediately.
Good.
I need to unalive somebody and take their land immediately. Think about this, right? Now that you brought that up, look at what those Israelis doing to those Palestinians over there in Israel.
Right.
They can't wait. They have to unalive them right now. We have to take that right now. As a matter of fact, Benjamin Netanyahu just put out an edict that we're going to take all of the rest of Gaza starting right now. We get ready to take over Gaza right now. He don't even care about the rest of the hostages. Listen, they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. You understand? They don't care about their own. Why would they care about us?
It's gone.
If they don't care about the hostages that are left. They only care about what we can get from this. what do they call that? That's what they call it?
Instagram hit.
No. When you losing people, casualties of war. It's casualties of war. You understand? Hey, look, some lives gonna be lost. Let me make sure my family over here. Oh, yeah, some lives gonna be lost.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They could care less. So if they could care less about their people, listen, this is the reason why Israel is starting to uprise now, and it's about to be civil war over there. Now it's going to be war on top of war. Listen, the war has already begun.
Right.
You understand? And it's about to be war on top of war. You understand? It says they go straight as soon as they be born, speaking lies. This is what comes out of their mouths is lies. To get that propaganda, all of the propaganda that they put out there is nothing but lies. You understand? Go ahead.
What, verse 4?
What was it? No, you can drop that. You can drop that. Listen.
If I could. So.
Go ahead.
No, and I brought that out, that the Genesis 25, just to prove their forefather
right
didn't give a damn about his offspring
right
from the beginning.
Right.
So you know all he did was breed a bunch of selfish.
Right. But but think about them, right? If you look at America now, right? All right. This is propaganda, right? Democracy. What is democracy? Democracy is something supposed to be fair for all people, right?
Okay.
Democracy is supposed to be even for all people. It's supposed to be the masses, choose some people to speak for them. Right. And those people that speak for them supposed to do what the masses say, right? But how many times have you heard those people that's supposed to speak for the masses say, we're going to do what's in the best interest of America?
Yeah.
What is America? America is not the people. America is those people who sit and make those rules. America is those people who sit up there and vote on those rules. You understand? America is the people who turn around and don't feel the same taxes that you feel. That's why it's so easy for them to pass laws to say, drop more tariffs, because it doesn't bother them. You understand? Because they're taking money behind the books. They're getting paid off by the Defense Department. They're getting paid off by Elon Musk to pass certain bills. So all of the stuff that we feeling, they don't feel. They could care less as long as their pockets stay lined. And then you have so-called black faces up there that's getting a little crumb of the pie. They're not getting a piece of the pie. They're getting a crumb. And then every time they step out of line, they get put on front. We got a lawsuit going up against, what's her name? Fannie Mae or whatever her name is. Fannie.
The loan? Student loan?
No, the one with no. Remember the one who was bringing Trump up on the charges before? The first lady? And they found out she was dating a dude that was supposed to be a defense attorney with her.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of background, even with the Marilyn Mosby thing.
Okay.
Right? Think about Marilyn Mosby. All of a sudden, when she started fighting for the Freddie Gray case, all of a sudden they came up and went back and her, oh yeah, you said you did this with this money and all that. Yeah. They had no problem when the oppressor did it, but when you did it and you step out of line, this is what we're going to use against you. Right. You understand? This is what they do. Anytime you step out of line, we're going to throw this in your face. Just like all of the questions start coming up about what's that broad in Congress now? What's her name? The black chick. The one with the loud mouth. The one that talked about the white chick.
Is it who's that name?
I want to say like Jasmine Crockett.
Crockett. That's it.
Yeah, Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, Crockett.
Right? Jasmine Crockett, right? She's loud and obnoxious, right? Does not care about black people in Dallas, Texas, or nowhere. You understand? But she got the biggest mouth on the scene. All of the money that she then stole and all of the money that she got, they put her out there too. You understand what I'm saying? $2.5 million waterfront property, $1.5 million. She got 3 properties, 2 at $1.5 million, and then 2.5 million of waterfront property in Galveston. Listen, they say she only make like $190,000 a year, but you got all of this property. Her net worth is $6 million. How's your net worth $6 million if you're only making $190,000 a year? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, so you see all these black faces up there that's right along with the oppressor, passing the same laws. Now, all of this stuff going on, and you don't hear nothing from no Jasmine Crockett. You don't hear nothing from no Benjamin Crump. You don't hear nothing from no Al Sharpton. You don't hear nothing from no Westmore. You don't hear nothing from all these black faces, because they are all in cahoots, because they have fallen. They have drank the Kool-Aid of America. They have accepted the propaganda of America. They have accepted the lies. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Propaganda, listen, propaganda, the term referred broadly to well, think about this, right? Let's go back to democracy, right? The democracy thing is a shady thing. And think about when democracy first started. That would be in Athens, Rome, like that, right? Democracy has always been the people are here and we are here. As long as we stay here and control the people there, then we stay rich and they stay poor.
And stop the record real quick. The thing, we pledge allegiance, but it says this is a republic.
Right.
It only says it's a democracy.
Right. A republic. It's a republic. Listen, democracy is something created to keep control of the people, right? If I keep promising you something, think about this, right? If I keep promising you something, man, you keep saying like, yo, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's that? Man, look, I'm doing as much as I can, but you know, I got all these other people, man, they just ain't rocking with me. But listen, I'm gonna stay on my job, right? And think about, listen to America, right? What does America do every 4 years? Right? What's that famous line? The famous line is, well, that was under his administration.
Yeah, right.
Right? That was the Democrats.
Yeah.
Man, listen, that was the Republicans. Listen, do you want something different? Don't vote Republican. Vote Democrat. You see what they did, right? Then when they get up there, you stuck with them for 4 years, and they understand that once we get up here, we can do what we want to do. But all we got to do is keep lying to the people. Think about it, right? You got the left wing and the right wing, but it's 2 wings of the same bird. A bird can only fly in one direction. You understand what I'm saying? And the thing is the 2 wings have 2 different ideas of getting to the same point. So although they say we going this way and we going that way, they both going to the same point. Right. It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying? And their whole point is that we got to stay rich and keep y'all in simplicity. If we keep y'all believing that one day I'm going to get to the mountaintop, one day we're going to see little black boys and little white girls standing hand in hand, all that bull crap.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We can keep you holding on. Look at black people today, right? All of the voting that we've done, right? And you got people still out there saying, well, if you ain't voted, you can't talk.
Yeah, right.
Think about it, right? Been voting since the 1950s. And you mean to tell me nothing has changed for us? All the voting we did, nothing changed? Think about this, right? You can't tell me numbers wasn't high in voting when Martin Luther King was alive.
Yeah.
And nothing changed at its height. Think about this, right? When Barack Obama came, You mean to tell me all them black people that voted for him and still ain't nothing changed? That's the propaganda of America. Listen, America was not built on giving you what they wanted. America was built on America giving you what America wanted you to have.
Right. Right.
Once the big industries begin to leave America, America began to lose its power. After World War II, America was at its strongest. By the time 1990, 1991 came, America was losing its power. America was a paper tiger. Everybody believed America was still strong like it was. But look at this, a 20-year war in Afghanistan, killing over 1 million people, and they still lost that war. They went over into Iraq and destroyed over 1 million people just to get poppy, just to get, oil. You understand what I'm saying? They did the same thing in Afghanistan. You understand? Lost the Korean War, right? Every war that America has been in since World War II, they have lost. And think about this, right? Even World War I and World War II, America was the last country to come into both of those wars. That's why when it came into America, think about this, right? This is just a piece of information for people to learn, right? Think about this. Why did America come into World War II? Why did America come into World War II? America came into World War II because it got attacked by Japan. America wasn't in World War II until it got attacked by Japan. So all of the other countries fighting against Italy, they fighting against Germany, they fighting against Japan, they fighting against other countries, right? America was the only one that wasn't in it, and America didn't get attacked. They got attacked at Pearl Harbor. They got attacked in Hawaii. That wasn't even American soil. Right. So they really didn't get attacked. They got attacked, their army base got attacked. Yeah. But as for America, it was no war in America. All the other countries got war going on in their country. You understand? So by the time America came into World War II, America was only fighting Japan. All of the other countries was fighting all of these other countries. That's why all of the other countries, London and all of them, that's why Paris and all of them, that's why they were utterly destroyed like they was. Right. America only had to fight Japan, and then they came in D-Day at the end of the war. The rush to beat to Normandy, and that was it. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, and gosh. America stood as the lone country. That's how the United Nations got started. Who's the head of the United Nations? America was. They were the strongest country standing. Mm-hmm. So they get to create all of the rules and all the laws, and we're gonna sit you here. You're gonna be a full-time member. You're gonna be and then out of that, you know what we can do? We can put Israel, or we can put the so-called Jewish man over there in Israel, so that we can have a foothold over the Middle East. That's what that fighting is on. That's why they always fighting over there. Listen, when I was little, they used to always show the Israelis unaliving Palestinians when I was young. I was like, yo, them me. You understand what I'm saying? Right. When you a kid and you see that, that's like, yo. And so we didn't really understand it. So when you saw people with the bombings and people hijacking planes, you say, yo, these niggas is crazy. Yo, they hijacking planes, they unaliving people. Yo, something's wrong with them. It wasn't that something was wrong with them. Somebody was attacking them and they was only attacking back, but that's not the propaganda that America gave us. America gave us the propaganda that these were terrorists. Right. When America never showed its face and we never understood that America was the real terrorist. We really don't understand this. Even the people that go in to the armed services, we don't understand that we have become terrorists once you enter the armed services. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You don't realize once you enter America's armed forces, you become a terrorist. America is the terrorist of the earth.
Okay.
No nation attacks America, but America attacks every nation. America used all kinds of terrorist tactics to attack nations. America uses small nations to attack other nations as a terrorist. America created Al-Qaeda. America created all of those the Houthis, all of those groups over there. They were created by America to attack other nations who would not side with America. So because you won't side with us, we're going to create this to attack you and beat you into submission. How do you think the United Arab Emirates came up under America? How do you think, look at the Syrians now. Syria is destroyed now because they would not come up under the thumb of America, and look at them now. How is Iraq fighting with America? How are they helping? How are they helping America now? After you were utterly destroyed. Look at Saddam Hussein. The weapons of mass destruction. Nothing was over there. They utterly destroyed over 1 million people. America is the terrorist of the earth.
Okay.
You understand? America has totally destroyed us as a people. And we believe in America because of the propaganda of America. Where was we at?
We were in Psalms. Oh, not Slack. Now we went, oh, you didn't give me that.
Oh, I ain't getting. Okay. All right. Propaganda phase. One of the most famous of them all would be the leader of the free world. That's a propaganda right there. We the leaders of the free world. The leaders of the free world. America is the leader of the free world. And who's free under the thumb of America?
Right.
Even we not free under the thumb of America. You understand? You got oppressors under the thumb of America. Listen, think about this, right? Donald Trump is a slave under the thumb of America. Think about it, right? He wants to stop war and make money, but he can't because some people have paid him to make certain decisions that make him look silly.
Right.
That makes him look like the liar that he is. You understand what I'm saying? So he's put in a precarious position that damned if he do, damned if he don't. His legacy is destroyed already. He's just trying to make the best of it now. He want to go make a golf course. He want to put a golf course in Gaza. He want to put hotels. He want to put hotels in Gaza. Listen, if his legacy, he figure if his legacy gonna be destroyed, I might as well get something out of the deal. Think about it, right? He keeps saying he wants to stop that war in Gaza, but he keeps supplying the weapons. He's signing off on the weapons because he can't stop because he's already been paid off. Right. Simplicity. He destroyed the self. But listen, this whole earth is going to hell. It's going to hell in a handbag. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Give me 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
And look, that's what happened to Donald Trump. He let men deceive him. But that's the oppressor anyway. He could care less.
Right.
It says, let no man deceive you by any means. And that's the problem with us. We allowing America to deceive us. We believe in the lies of America.
Right.
We believe that America has our best interest at heart. We keep believing that if we keep voting, if we keep believing in America, eventually our situation going to change. Listen, think about this, right? Why would an evil man free his slaves? Think about it. I mean, listen, why would an evil man free his slaves? That's stupid. The evil. Why would he free you if he didn't free labor? While the evil man free his slaves, let no man deceive you by any means. Go ahead.
For that day shall not come.
What day is that? For that day shall not come. What day is that? For that day. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was trying to read.
Oh, go ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
Good. No, it said, for that day shall not come. That day shall not come. What day is he talking about?
The day when Yahweh shall come back.
The day when Yahweh Shah comes back
Yeah.
and does what?
Get justice for us.
Exactly. And gets justice for us and destroys our enemies. You understand? That day shall not come. Go ahead.
Except there come a falling away first.
Except they come a falling away first. Falling away. What does that mean? Falling away from what? This is my favorite scripture. I love it.
I can dig it. Good.
I love the scripture, man. I'll use this to death. Boy, I'm gonna beat this one into a hole.
Good.
It says, to that day shall not come unless there come a falling away first. And falling away from what? Go ahead.
From our breasts, from America,
From the propaganda. You right. You right.
That's I was trying to leave.
Yeah. You right. Falling away from the propaganda, falling away from the lies. Listen, that's when our eyes are gonna become open. You understand? You ever get that beating from your mama, and all of a sudden you like, oh yeah, I ain't doing that no more. You understand what I'm saying? You realize like, yo, what the did I do?
Right.
Okay, I understand. I won't do that no more. You gotta fall in the way. This is the reason why we get beat the way we do. This is the reason why we destroyed as a people.
Right.
You understand? And now we getting beaten to submission to the point where now I see who the enemy is. I know who my enemy is, you know, because a lot of us believe, oh, well, think about this. You ever seen somebody get unalive, right? And us as a people, our people, we always say, you know, he must have did something. You understand? The man ain't unalive for nothing. He must have did something. You even heard people say that with George Floyd.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? He must have did something. Well, they did say he was high. You understand what I'm saying? No drugs found in his system. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, now all of a sudden he had a heart condition. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
This is, and if you looked at the video that they always show, this is the propaganda that they use again, right? The propaganda that they use is, well, if you look at him, right, you see how he walking and he wobbling right there. He was high right there. You understand? It's always about, you understand, something that he did that caused the situation that caused them to be unalive.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Right. Like, and it is the thing. Like, it's so heavy. Like when, like the scripture says, Most High said, He didn't put this wisdom into the mouth of the wise.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing, but the thing, like, I remember Candace Owens,
Right.
very worldly intelligent,
Right.
but she was riding off that he died, George Floyd died because of natural causes. When you can see the man on camera getting choked, and they said she talking about because he took drugs. My cousin,
Right.
I got a cousin, Tyrone West. It was a big story.
Right.
He was unalive by the police.
Right.
In Baltimore.
Right.
They said, like, because he ran, he was in the car.
Right.
They chased him. They said because he had cocaine on him.
Right.
But when they found him, the cocaine was gone.
Right.
It was like it was in cut. Like they supposed to had it on him.
Right.
But all of a sudden it mysteriously disappeared.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like he could have been with some stuff, but you never know what our oppressors is doing. You know what I mean? Like it's the propaganda.
Right. Hey, listen. And that's the oppressor, right? Anything to make us look silly, to make us look like we deserve what they did.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come on. And that man of sin be revealed.
Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
It says that the man of sin be revealed. And listen, if you don't know who the man of sin is today, He must have been under a rock. You understand what I'm saying? Our oppressor is that man of sin.
Yeah.
Our oppressor, the oppressor is the man of perdition, the man of destruction.
Right.
You understand? Who shakes kingdoms? What the scriptures say? Who is this the man that shakes kingdoms?
Yeah.
You understand? Who makes the earth to tremble?
Yeah.
You understand? When he dropped them bombs, the earth trembles all over.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He got men trembling. You understand?
Right. Yeah.
But again, this is the propaganda of America. Go ahead.
I would say that even Job in his time,
Right.
he said, man, if not him,
Who?
who?
Right. Exactly.
I made it all out for you.
If he's not the evil one, then who is?
Right.
If he's not the man of destruction, then who is?
Right.
You understand? If he's not the man that is, if he is not the unaliver of the earth,
Right.
then who is? You understand? And check this out. With that, where the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. We've been bringing this truth since 1969, and what is that truth? That truth is the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called natives are the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and the oppressor is the devil that the...
That's right.
Oh, excuse me. And the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. With that, we pass the class over to the precinct officer. Apologize. You got it.
Let's get back.
Should be on that page right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Not it, wait. Sensor, proceed. Slide, we'll get security announcements. The ISUPK started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commander General Yohana. Spreading the truth since 1969. These are security announcements.
You got it.
New rules for brothers and sisters. Enter the school. They are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the word. If a brother or sister has a particular person have an interest in a particular person, they ought to get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which this brother and sister will court each other. After that 6 month period, they will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. And it means 10th in the Hebrew is pronounced Ma'asherah. Priest fund. The 10th of any increase that the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department. or priest. Free will priest fund. Priest donations. Whatever amount you would like to give is not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the memorial, the blowing of the trumpet, which is September 21st, which is this next 2 Sundays, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Down at the school, 3430 Eastern Avenue. Come down, with the brothers, get some everything's free. Get some drink, some strong, be with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, get this, get some of the, be with the brothers, show love, remind Awapia to check on social media, such as ispgay.com, Facebook, and so forth, for materials and events. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he'll start wearing all black, which means black shirt, black headband, black pants, black boots, scarf. And with that, we'll get one courtesy salute to the teacher, Mina Israel Amaya, which means to stand. Amaya Shabbat, Amaya, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Rakatah,
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Rakatah.
Yajimatah, bless the Smiths.